here with Ezzy and Sky. Go ahead and start with questions from Percy, then Jeff, then we'll take a couple in the room here.
Hey guys, thank you for doing this. Hey, if I could take you back to the fourth quarter there, had the big lead, they cut it to 5, and they had the fast break, and that was the Jewel Lloyd steal. And I guess this question is for Sky. Just how big was that shot you made in that moment? Did you know that this was going to be the game right here?
I definitely didn't think it was the game, but I thought that it was definitely a timely 3, because we had just got a turnover and they had the opportunity to cut it even more, and so we hadn't scored in a while, and so yeah, I think it was very timely, and we needed it bad actually. So I didn't think it was the game. I thought we needed it, and this is a team that scores in bunches, and so we're very well aware of that.
And then also for Sky, just what did you make of Ezzy's performance, the 4 blocks in the first half and the big rebounds late in the game?
Yeah, I thought she was spectacular. She'll be in this league way when I'm out and gone, 10 more years plus. And, she is really just scratching the surface of the player that I think we'll see in final form, just her ability to do it both. You see her get a block, get the rebound, take it coast to coast, do a move and finish. She has so much versatility. And so just allowing her to have the space to showcase that, obviously when she gets a rebound, just, not sitting in her lap, letting her get out in transition. And then the half court, the way she sets screens, the way she moves without the basketball. She always finds these pockets for herself to be really active. And on the glass, 4 offensive rebounds, she's just an anchor for us, 5 blocks. We really count on her as the anchor of our defense, and a big night for her, a double-double, and, definitely a defensive player of the year effort.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Jeff Brown, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, for Ezzy, kind of just going right on that with all the defense there. As a team, you guys had a combined 21 blocks and steals. And just talk about the team's performance, holding them under 70 points, and also the defense against Marina Mabry, holding her to just 7.
Yeah, I think that's, obviously something that we kind of pride ourselves on and want to do great in is the defense. So, we want to get deflections, we want to get stops, we want to do all those things, because I think in turn that creates our offense. And I think we did a better job, today of obviously sustaining that throughout 4 quarters. When they go on their runs, I think we just have to find moments to stop them. And I think we did that, and that shows growth in the team, because, teams are going to go on runs. It's just about how you stop them. And in terms of Marina, she's a great player. And, we had schemes on her, and I think we executed them quite well. Credit to Tori, credit to the guard that just, locked in and executed the defense as well.
Awesome. And then for Skylar, Chicago, I feel has been this really scrappy, competitive team so far this year. How can it benefit your team to go up against that and to weather their runs and everything and find a way to overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, they take on the personality of their coach. And so we knew this year they would be up the passing lanes, denying, physical, great at second chance points. And I think we held them to 4 today, second chance points, but we're at the top of the league in that offensive rebounding. They're a very scrappy team. They force people to turn it over. And so, yeah, I think just we were able to kind of attack that pressure a little bit. It opened up some lanes for us getting downhill. We were able to spread them out a little bit, finally able to get stops and get out in transition. And so that third quarter was really it for us. And the first quarter really of where we were able to kind of go on a run and get that big lead that kind of helped us out in the fourth quarter when they had their run.
And real quick, for either of you, as they're making that big run in the fourth quarter, either during a timeout by Noe or just on the court, what is kind of the message being said to kind of calm everything down?
I think just, lock into our defense. I think, like I said, teams are going to go in runs, and I think you just have to find a way to stay together on the court, off the court. The bench did a great job tonight of just, talking to us throughout the game. And so I think we just remained calm on the court and knew, we weren't losing that game. I think just having that mentality, having that confidence in each other in the game, in those moments is going to be key for us.
Thank you. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I think several takes from the room.
Ezzy, I don't really know how to ask this question the right way, so I apologize.
Okay.
What have you seen? What is going through your head when those giant soul snatching blocks happen? Like how did you see them come together?
I don't know. I think my teammates do a great job of helping, whenever I make mistakes on defense, I think we all kind of pick each other up. And so I think the blocks is where I can kind of help my teammates out in that sense. If, I'm in the pain of someone's cutting, or just, I don't know, having that help mentality. I don't really plan it. It just kind of happens. But I think I just want to, obviously be the defensive anchor for the team. And, when I can get stops or blocks like that, I'll try and do.
Skylar, are there ever moments where you're like,
Yeah, all the time. All the time. She has like such a knack for the basketball. And that's why she's such a gifted rebounder, just a knack for finding the ball. I really don't think she sees anybody else. And very, very proactive, very can react to things happen in the last minute. Obviously, it's on some of those guards, and I'm like, thank you. Because I gotta be, but just a super helper, just always looking, and a rim protector, by definition, for sure. But yeah, the ability to guard the perimeter, switch out, get back, just a knack for the basketball as a rebounder, as a shot, contesting shots and things like that. She just has a really unique knack for the basketball. Yeah, I'm always in awe. Like, yes, do it again. Keep doing it. I love to see it. And I think it's something to be said too about the ability to block it and kind of keep it in bounds, go and get it. And so, yes, I'm in awe of a lot of my teammates often, very often.
In those last 3 or 4 minutes, I guess, Guy, this is directed towards you more, but you guys really sped up the game instead of slowing it down. What was the mindset behind that going into it? Like,
sometimes when you get a lead, you kind of like play with the lead, and then the other team is playing from behind. So it's like they have the energy. And so we went on our run, they went on their run. And so we kind of had to take some time and kind of regroup with what we tried to do. We started being aggressive again, got in a bonus, I think, got to the line a little bit. And so that kind of helped us. Sometimes you get the lead and you try to hold the lead, play not to lose, but you got the lead. So let's do things, instead of doing some of the things that helped you get that lead. And so, yeah, I think that was their spurt that they had there. And we kind of locked in and really executed towards the end. We're able to get to free throw line, got offensive rebound, and taking care of the defensive end. So the last 3 minutes, something we really talk about starting and finishing quarters. And I thought, that last 3 minutes, we did a good job.
and in that last 3 minutes, like the game obviously got a lot more physical. You got hit in the face. What was the energy like among the team at the end of the game, like when that was happening?
Yeah, we were trying to, bring that same edge. This is a team that we said is scrappy. They have the ability to, be very physical. And so just matching that, we knew this game was going to be physical, and that's exactly what it was. And we were happy to be playing that brand of basketball. We welcome that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
do you like that kind of basketball?
No, I don't like it. I love it. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hold on, we got one more.
Oh, we got one more? Oh, boy, we almost got out
Back
here.
to Belinda, wrap us up.
Thank you, guys. You're on a bit of a streak now, 3 wins. And the last game, you guys actually had 4 players in double figures. That was the same 4 players tonight. Can you just talk about the overall progression of the team chemistry?
I think it's just something we're continuing to build on. I think, when I came in training camp, I already saw that chemistry, coming in a couple of days late. And I think it's something that isn't going to come straight away. So just giving ourselves grace in that, but also knowing, the team that we do have. I think we have, players that can score, players that can defend. We run 11 deep, and I think we just have confidence in every player to stay aggressive offensively, defensively when we do go on. So it doesn't matter what 4 players are in double figures or who's in double figures. I think we all contribute. Yeah.
Great, thank you. And Ezzy, one last one for you. Can you just talk about what it was like to battle against Angel Reese down low and just the kind of player that she is?
Yeah, I think Angel is a great player. You've obviously seen that throughout the first few games of the league. I think she's doing a great job of, just competing and playing her game. So it is a battle. We knew it was going to be a battle with this team, but with Angel as well and the post players. And yeah, I think she's a physical player. She's a great player, and it's exciting to see how, far she is going to go in this league as well.
Thank you both. I won't hold you any longer.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll coach in here in just a minute and then bring it into the room. Go ahead, Percy.
Hey there, Coach. A bit of an inarticulate question. Just in the sense that you don't see a lot of dunks in this league, but the blocks that the kind that Ezzy had, when she's sending players sprawling to the floor and they're on the ground, is it similar to that it gives a team energy, unlike, maybe a big shot or a steal or something to that nature, if that makes any sense at all?
It does. I mean, she's had some amazing blocks already at, to start the season, and the velocity of the impact that she's connecting. It gives us an extra boost. And, Ezzy's our defensive anchor, and she's always there to help. And we know that she's going to either alter a shot or block a shot. And you're right, it gives us just that extra boost that we need to either get the stop or just lock in a little bit more defensively.
And I guess then to like that, how important is that, especially when you're on the road, when you have to create your own energy?
It's very important. I will continue to say that we have to hang our hat on defense, and defense is especially important on the road. Sometimes when shots aren't falling, and when you're turning the ball over, you're not generating some energy from the crowd. You have to find ways to generate energy on that end of the floor. And, to have a connectivity on the defensive end is so important going against a tough physical team like Chicago.
And then in the fourth quarter, your big four, they scored every point, got every rebound, got every assist. Just the things that you saw from those four.
Grit, just will and want to, heart. Those are intangibles. It's not like, sometimes those aren't things that you coach. Those are just innate characteristics of our players. They knew we needed big stops. They knew we needed big rebounds. They knew we needed to execute. Execution was a little bit shaky, but we're growing, we're learning. Those four have such synergy right now that, it's still a work in progress, but they complement each other really well. And they pour into each other in those moments, and they rely on each other heavy and lean on each other to just get the job done.
Awesome, Coach. Thank you.
Yeah, Jeff Brown, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, Chicago's really proven to be like a very, hardworking, scrappy team so far this season. How can kind of playing against that and their rallies and their runs and overcoming that, how can that all benefit your team?
We're getting battle tested early. Physicality is something that I want to grow into as a team. And, we've faced some physical teams early on. And again, to get these reps early on the road against these teams with, this Chicago have young energy, dog mentality at your, going at their matchups and all those things, not afraid. These are important reps that will pay dividends and matter in the middle, in the end of the season, when we're trying to, generate some success, whether that be winning games or playing better in games. And to go against the physicality and respond is a good sign for this team early on, to know that, the standard has been set, and how do we maintain that standard and exceed that standard.
Mm-hmm. And in the third period, that was really the period that kind of set you guys apart, outscoring them by 11. Jewel had 8 points in that period. Skylar had 11. What did you kind of see out of your team in that third quarter that kind of helped you create that separation?
Defense leading to offense, aggressive mentality.
And with the defense specifically too, holding them under 70 points, you had 21 combined blocks and steals, and held Marina Mabry to just 7 points. What did you like specifically about your defense against her? And I guess just like, yeah.
I thought Tori was very physical with that matchup. We knew that, you know, Marina is the leader on that team, and she's capable, a capable shot maker, a difficult shot maker. So I thought that we were very focused on that matchup. You know, Marina's tough. It's not, you know, it's about limiting her and not necessarily going to stop her, but I thought that we were very sharp in our execution when it came to all the actions that she was in.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win.
I have two for you. One, when Essie is going up for those blocks and you see what's happening, what goes through your mind?
I can't say those words. I mean, I'll be talking big stuff for her. It's just incredible. You know, she's getting it out the air again, like the force behind it. Some of those she's keeping in play. And today was interesting that, you know, to see her just pushing in transition. She's growing in that way too, to be able to push and finish or push and find after making amazing defensive plays. It's fun to see her growth.
And with this, as your team is trying to find chemistry and getting to know each other and everything, how important are road trips like this?
Very important. You know, you have to win on the road in this league if you want to, you know, be a good team. The road also, you know, gives it's a chemistry building environment and experience. So, you know, now the charter plane or going back to the hotel and dinners after the game, there is a reality to the fact that the team bonding really impacts the play on the road and the growth that is needed to, you know, that we have to get to and sustain as we're getting to know each other and one another. Again, if we know each other off the floor, you know, we care about each other deeply off the floor, on the floor that translates. And so it's not just about what happens on the court when you're on the road, it's about the other things that occur as well.
I just had two quick questions. So about Nika.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question was, I talked to her before the game and I asked her about you, and she was like, you were so different than how she first expected you to be, because you were so like calm and quiet. And she's like, she's not like that. She's not like that. What were your first impressions of Nika, and how have they changed in the time since?
I mean, she's coming from UConn, you know, she's very dedicated and passionate about being a basketball player. And the more that she's been with us, it's like you see the other side of her. You see the fun side. You see why she has however many followers she has on social media. She's a great teammate. She's energetic. She's, you know, she's selfless in a lot of ways as it relates to just wanting to do the best for her team. But yeah, she's fun. I didn't really know that side of her. You know, you see her on the court, she's very serious. So it's cool to see that part.
And then the second question, you mentioned like the energy. I saw on the bench, like she was the most hyped up.
Yeah.
Like she was going crazy.
Yeah.
What does that energy do to the team? How does that influence the team? How does it make you guys better?
It matters because everybody has a role and everybody's role is valuable and important. If your role is to do exactly what Nika is doing, or on the court or in a leadership capacity, whatever it is, it's important for all 11 to be bought in and to push each other, to hold each other accountable. Even on the times, you know, we're waiting on her to get her visa stuff approved, she's behind a bench and I still hear her. So she's very committed to this role, and her team appreciates that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll go one more. Willie Ramirez, go ahead with your question.
Thank you. Hey, Noe. If I could ask a quick question away from the game tonight. I'm working on a story on a former player of yours and an opponent when y'all were both in the league, Bri January.
Mm-hmm.
Now as an assistant, just in the league. Just your thoughts, just what makes her such a, you know, special player, competitive, and now coach in the league, and which sort of she can bring to a roster.
Yeah, me and Bri go back actually to the Pac-10.
If anybody knows what that is, it's ancient now, right? She was at ASU while I was at UCLA, and her teams are always very defensive minded. And, you know, playing at ASU, Coach Charlie had her teams just tough. It was always really hard to play in the desert. And that mentality and physicality and all of those things have carried her throughout her playing career and even her coaching career. I see Connecticut, I see some of Bri January's input on the defensive side of the ball. I don't even know if she coaches the defense, but I probably could assume that she does, because they are aggressive in some areas, and they're very, you know, utilizing their players to the best of their ability on the defensive end. But, you know, she made her mark in the league on the defensive side of the ball. And then, you know, those Indiana teams were very gritty. She constantly worked on her game, went from middies to knocking down threes efficiently. In Connecticut, she became a top catch and shoot 3-point shooter. So I always appreciated how hard she worked, how committed she was to the game, to herself. She keeps herself in amazing shape. I know she's like a karate, kung fu, something, that really like helped her have fast hands and quick hands and helped her defensive prowess. I love that she's coaching. She has a great mind for basketball, and I know her future is very bright.
And one more real quick. I remember doing a story on her when on her final season for the same paper up in Spokane. And I just remember she was so humble and poised and sort of let Sue take the forefront, but they both really deserved their, you know, their flowers in that final season. Do you remember that? I mean, it's just a couple of years ago, but is there anything that stands out that you remember that, you know, that how she, like I said, just sort of took the back seat, but didn't have to?
Yeah, I know it's tough because that was Sue's last, you know, final season, but also it was Bri's, and so you didn't really get a chance to appreciate her, you know, every game like we should have. But you know, I still have my Bri shirt, and she was very impactful for that team. You know, though a different role, being back home in Washington, I think that was cool for her. And we didn't get it done that year, but I thought that just being around her, being in her presence, and I understand why she was so successful in this league. Yeah, she was so humble that year, and let Sue, you know, shine, and as she should, right? Sue deserves all her flowers, but you know, I wish we could have had a little bit more celebration with Bri, you know, but at the end of the day, that's not what she's about, and she's still making her mark on the league, and that's what matters.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah.
See you on Thursday.
See ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.